run it. Alright. And I do not need any PB information, because that's irrelevant. Hey! So yeah, we're starting the game in one of the Chapter 5 rooms. One thing you will notice is there's no... Oops. I haven't met a can yet, so it's still going to play the text for this is a can. So there's going to be little things like that that are going to kind of get a little out of order, but not too much. Alright, time to log in and actually play these rooms proper. Let's see how well we can adapt. This seed starts with the longest rule set that we're in the game. I don't care. We're just getting out of here. And the Reaper introduction, because I've never met the Reaper. And the Jesse and Clyde introduction, because I've never met a Jesse and Clyde. Oh yeah, there's a lot going on there. Alright, so in a regular one, I'd be putting a cinema. That's not the cinema. So, yep, completely random rooms. So I have to just adapt to what I get put into and do the correct thing. So, we're just gonna head down here, and we're gonna beat up a door. Haunted door. What's that? Yeah! Second room down, 98 to go. Alright. Let's see if I can get this right. Line this and shoot this. Line this up. Whoa, right, there's an introduction. Which threw off my timing, but it did not matter. Because he was not in the spot for the cutscene shot. For those of you that know, you can free fire at that angle. You're in the wrong spot. Excuse me, thanks. And I'm going invisible for a second. Real quick. I think I got it. No, I did not. There's a lineup spot for the CC can that I just found, but it's incredibly tight. So, not exactly the easiest thing to get, but not into the room. Move again. So yeah, it's no rooms are changed. The rooms themselves and the contents of what's in them and what you're supposed to do, that stays the same. This is not a great roll, but I gotta do it eventually, so I guess let's get it over with early. That out. That. Cool. And cutscenes have been removed, so there's no cutscenes at all. It doesn't start, I don't have to skip it, it just cuts right through. Which will show up in specific rooms later, because that'll play into something that hopefully shows up soon. I'll explain that. In the meantime, let's hit Dojin. Please. Please? Oh, come on. Really thought I could extend the leg up. Get a scary shock introduction. Right. And then we're thrown from Dojin to Baron. Got it. Alright, let me get this one for a minute, because this one takes about 3-ish minutes, roughly. Depending if things go right. So far, good start. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. I will take that. I don't. I'm just going to keep wailing on you, because that's just what the strat is. I'm just gonna swing at you until you want to get your plane. Yep. First hit. Well, I grabbed the clock time. So that second hit. There we go. And I'm pausing. First hit. Over here. Great fire. To get the first shot off the car's double spawning. Yeah, I mean, this is of itself as a randomizer is pretty self-explanatory. It's just really cool that this is now the thing that we have. Sure. That's it. Line up with the desk and shoot. Get in position to get that second shot to get the third zombies out fast. Alright, get a pair of zombies out. We have 2 phases to deal with. That's not great. There we go. Here. I have to go to the other side just to get that. Oh, there we go. Alright. And that's Baron. Because again, there's no cutscenes, so we're good to go out of that. Right into a much calmer room. Screw that. Just realized this is going to make name cancel in certain scenarios almost impossible. Just going to be gold, and we're just going to leave it at that. Alright. Another nice calm room after 3 chaotic ones. Still waiting for one of the... There's one other situation that you guys have not seen that I want to go over. And this is not it. But there's one more unique thing with the removal of cutscenes. Or with how this functions. this way. Trigger favor, you get your turbo. I didn't get as far out as I'd like, but that still should be more than no problem to get the ladder slot. Fix that in a second. Alright, grab the chance complete can't, because yes, this is a room randomizer, but I'm still not dealing with that. That's a nightmare. There we go. Fix timer. Alright. Relatively calm. This was the first part. The second part was a bit chaotic, but not too bad. It's nice to already have Baron, because that's something I'll have to deal with later. I'm gonna show this off because we're not okay. Right move. And I missed. Never mind. You can throw the log to cancel that introduction, but it obviously comes at the cost of using the log, which you probably, if you're speedrunning, would much rather prefer to avoid the wolf scare in the corner. But screw it. It didn't show up in. Thank you. That. This. This will get up animation just a little bit faster. Keep. And that's that. That didn't take long to come back, did it? That may have either been the exact time. No, I think it was only one room difference than two. Usually there's a 2 room difference between this. Each one is 1 and 2. Not bad. And for those of you wondering, if the green. Glad this thing's early. This is 13:10. I think this is about the point that I typically run into this room. Give or take like 2 minutes. This one, 13 minutes is about the time that I usually end up in this awful room. For those of you who don't know why I have disdain for this room, the auto-scrolling movement's really cool, the camera's cool, the candle's cool. Putting an RNG element, it sucks. Don't like it. Also, this is a tutorial. This is a chapter 1, which is a tutorial chapter, and they put the worst odds in the game. And it's gonna do it to me. But yeah, this is tied for the worst odds in the game with the chapter 3 laundry room at 1 and 6. Why you made odds so bad for what is supposed to be the beginner chapter, I don't know. But it I am not a fan of. Anyway. Randomizer. Let's actually do the room and get out. Head back here, and we'll get this up and down. You showed up, which is nice. Get the water. Thank you. Bad. Alright, relic's done. I haven't run into the vampire chicken yet, so I'm still going to be able to do this name skip. Come over here. And, yep. That saves me 4 seconds. Not that this is... not doing an official speedrun on this, but still captures more of a habit at this point. But chicken shit's not bad. Whoops. But yeah, no, this is, as I said, this is really cool that this exists. Shout out to Heathen over the Discord server for getting us up and running. We do have plans to do a lot more stuff with this. It's just obviously these things take time to get up and running. But really cool that I'm able to have, you know, some form of randomizing. Now we sit here for a minute. I mean, I'm just gonna kill a bunch of chickens. Because why not? I'm curious. Does this? It does. Okay. So in case you wanted to do like a 100% speed run or a 100% version of this, all the stats are actually accessible to you, which is actually really nice. Also, the fact that it says I've already rescued 1 prisoner when I've not technically done Chapter 5, except for once, is kind of cool. Chapter 5 room. However, this is a Chapter 5 room where we don't have anyone to rescue because we are in between prisoners 9 and 10. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, that went miserably. That was not great. Oops. Uh-oh. Thanks. That's not great, but there we go. Now we're in Chapter 1. Which means we are in Trophy. Button sequences are still going to be the same here. However, because we got the scare sequence or super scary shock text earlier, it doesn't show up now. Because once it shows up for the first time, it will always show up. I think there's 1 or 2 exceptions to that, but we'll get to those as they show up. I'm expecting this to probably take... I don't know, it should be about a new game time plus in terms of run, so probably about an hour and a half, which is not bad at all. Might actually be faster than that, because I don't actually have to skip through the cutscene or the loading. Our first book, so we're still going to get that because we have not picked up a book. And okay, we're going to deal with this. So let's deal with this room. that's fine. We're just gonna wait this out. I'm just gonna wait this out. You know, remember 5 seconds ago and I was just gonna wait that out? Yeah, about that. Yep. Still got that though, so we're good. As long as she doesn't run at me, she's not. Oh, that went like crap. Yep. And we're good. Nice. Missing the pot throw kind of sucked, but the only real thing that changes is I just don't have the one table swing for this phase. Get back here. Get over here. Cool. Alright. Right. Sorry if I seem like I'm not up to my normal standards of playing this game. I'm taking a week hiatus. It's always good to do, just to... sure, that's definitely not where my Tristol's tick was going, but sure. And 22 minutes into the game, we're in the first room of the game. That's great. There we go. Clear this up. Move on. Get over here. I think I got that spot correct. Hopefully. Oh, yeah. Alright, did I get it? I did. There we go. What next? Another Chapter 5 room. Whoops. Still got that, which is nice. I can mash. I can mash. Yep. Then we get out and go. Now we're gonna deal with ninjas. Freeze the ghoulie. Throw the pot. Kick. Buffer melee. Go to the door. That's it. Should be interesting to see if I get any rooms. Well, I would say that, but I was going to say if I got any rooms back to back, but I technically already did that because I got Grand Hallway before Baron, and then I just got Grand Hallway after. Which, obviously, that's going to have the highest odds of doing that. Because the Grand Hallway shows up 9 times, which is 4 times more than any other room in the game. Kitchen being next up at 5. So, statistically, Kitchen and Grand Hallway are more likely to show up back to back than any other sets of rooms. I think next up after that would be like lower corridors. And now we're gonna listen to zombies complain about cheating. Go to our 9-up spot. Meet the pirate zombie, or zombie pirate. I could have swore it was called Pirate Zombie. I've always called it Pirate Zombie. Alright, we're going back to the cottage garden. Grab the turbo and run. So that's what we do in this room. And vampires. Vampires about 30 minutes before you're supposed to.
Oh, okay.
And then another lower corridors.
Hmm.
The coast is clear. I can, so I'm good there. So that, melee the spider. And then leave. And we're going into... I was wondering when this was going to show up. So, this was the other thing I was talking about. Rooms that have cutscenes in between them are different rooms. So, the first half of this, where you come up the stairs, have the scare, and then the cutscene hits. This is the second half of that. How we doing? Yeah. Oh, lovely. And we're in another grand hallway. Because there's not enough of these damn things. 28 minutes in, I think I've gone through like 4 of them. We already did that. Lord. I know, I think somebody was like, what if I sent you just 100 relics? I was like, I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I want to put myself through 100 relics. Nope. I'd probably still do it for the content, but nope. I'm not staying up for 24 hours straight to do Relic Row. Oh, I have no idea. Right. Oh, man. Read this. Get out of the way. I've recently found it's better to get the skeletons out sooner. Just focus on the jobs. I'm just gonna go back to that. I'm gonna have to do one skeleton, but I don't care, that's fine. 2. Boom. And finish better than one. Nice. And hopefully when I do so, will just leave me alone. Nope. Not doing it. Here we go. Alright, where next? Kitchen. We went to the bathroom, washed our hands, now we're in the kitchen. Here we go. And we're told to go grab the chicken egg that we've already grabbed. Already did that. Oh, I thought it was dining room time. Oh, man. I really hope that comes up soon, because I really don't want to wait until 2 hours in to do dining room. Still with the Medusa. Because those things never get old. Yeah. Somebody got paid to make Medusa noises. That's what people got paid to make the noises in this game. Some of the voice acting in this game goes a little crazy. Alright, what you got for me? Woo! We go from a lighthouse to a woodshed. Ah! The woodshed where he's ogling a vampire. Or staring intently at a vampire. You know, take it as you will. Yeah, it's totally fine. Yep. Yeah. Buy my beef. Yep. It's just a platonic. Just keep it. I wonder if she likes airy backs and just keeping an eye on me wood. Yup. Bet you keeping an eye on that wood, buddy. Alright, time to turn Ghoulies into a third-person shooter. That's what we do in this room. What the Oh, yeah. So apparently I forgot to shoot chickens, which means this is not problematic. Not the chicken. Bloody chickens. Except they're actually bloody chickens, because they want to bite you. The term bloody chickens never hit so hard. It's like Bloody Mary, you just say it enough, they appear. Wow, I did this room so bad I had the Reaper spawn in it. I have not had that in a very long time. Nah, you good. And this worm's just bouncing and exploding. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody made the game, it wasn't me. Alright. And from chickens and worms to somebody's private quarters. Private living area, I should say. Yup, these are someone's quarters. Don't know why you'd want to be in a quarter with a bunch of zombies. Especially after the first two just decided to. You didn't spawn. Hey TV, you didn't do your job. If you'd be so kind as to do your job, I'd love that. Or not, whatever. The TV just decided I'm not gonna spawn it for you. Okay, sure thing, buddy. Huge. Alright. What now? Alright. Tend to beat up on a coat and a door. Because that is normal behavior in a mansion. We condone beating up on furniture and coats in this game. Gotta put the furniture in its place. Yeah, that. Oh, don't! Oh, come on, man! Oh, I hate that. I hate when the game does that. Alright, where's the imp? Now I have to have the Reaper kill the door, because apparently the challenge complete can't win too early. Probably somebody's getting some helium. Either pitched up or somebody took a can of helium and said, here you go, make a noise. This was 2003. I could definitely see a game company bringing in a tank of helium saying, suck this, say your lines, make your noises. Oh yeah. A little bit, yeah. No clip, I'm a little, yeah. I know a little bit more about summoning salt, but you know, that's just a hope and a dream. I always think about that, like, this game has a pretty unique history in terms of speedrun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Get you in, you take over. Asha comes in, Asha takes over. And then you've got two back-to-back people coming in and just taking everything, one after the other. Ash comes in, then Toad comes in, then Ash takes some back, and then I come back in, and here we are. Toad definitely did some work. Toad did some work for sure. Yeah. Yep. And then, yep, the two arrows of dominance just decided to show up, just one after another. He's probably just had enough of you. Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. And we go from garbage to another garbage room. Yeah, because like in 2016, I was watching like you and Astra. I was just watching the runs and just like maybe. And then one day I was like, you know what could possibly go wrong with this? Sure enough, like nothing went wrong. Because my biggest concern with speedrunning was like, I thought I was going to have a repeat of what happened with Luigi's Mansion. Oops. Thanks. That's rough. I thought I was going to have a repeat situation with Luigi's Mansion, where I fully completed the game and haven't touched it in years. Because my brain's just like, well, you've done everything, so what's the point? But it was really nice that when I started speedrunning this, that was not the case, and I'm still playing it. Speedrunning's always fascinating me. Like all the time, I will pull up like GDQ videos. Like that stuff constantly. Alright, let's not die this time, yeah? Great, thanks.
Oh.
Pluck my pickle. No thanks, dude. I'm good. I don't need that in my life. You can do that. You can do that yourself, buddy. You don't need anyone's help for that. And if you need someone's help, then might I suggest this thing called therapy, or you know. Ghouling. It's not gooning, it's ghouling. There's the ghouling. There's only one correct thing. It's we don't goon here, we ghoul. Oh. I hate this room so much. Mostly because I did the blackout mod, and this room just irritates me so much ever since I did that. So that was. I've got bingo up and running at any time for whoever. Like that takes me like 5 minutes to set up and get a card up and running. But no, I didn't. What's going on with what? Nah, I have a JSON list, I throw into Bingo Sync and it runs it. That's it. It took me 15 minutes to get up and running. But no, I did an actual blackout where most of the lighting was taken out. And yeah, Servant's dormitory took me almost an hour. One room took me almost an hour. And I'm surprised no one's like, where's the audio? Because my answer to that, for anyone's wondering why that doesn't have audio, you don't want that audio. That's almost as bad as watching someone play a rage game. Might be a little bit worse depending on the person. That was rough. Didn't rage quit, I finished it. But it took me 53 minutes to get out of Servant's dorm. And it took me... There's another one. Oh, the first Unfiddling Cottage Garden also took me I think 30 or 40 minutes to get out of. Because I couldn't find the door once you got up the slope. No, I've done that. I've done the ice physics one. Honestly, was a lot of fun. That got out of hand a little quick, but that turned into a really fun out of hand really quickly. Because that just turned into, okay, how many rooms can I skip by just sliding through the door? Because when you have a text box active, the physics and everything are still up and going, so you just see me leave rooms halfway through text. But yeah, no. Myself and the person that made this have gone, just taken about 10 minutes to just come up with some ideas and some stuff that we want to try and do. Both, stuff for myself kind of on the speedrun side of things, but then also kind of things like this and things we can come up with to do that would be unique and kind of maybe shed a little bit of light on this. Oh yeah. And then you've got me finding, glitches and random time saves all over the place. Found a way to break a room, found a way to hardlock the game. It's great. Yeah, I'm going to figure something out. I think the next thing is if I can start learning RNG manipulation. Oh yeah, I will break this game. Yeah, that would be great. I would love to not get dumpster fired by Relic. Gotta go on the side here. Get out of the room. Hopefully I can get Foundry soon so I can show that off. Oh, look, sitting room. The room that I care about. I'm on Twitch, actually. I decided to finally stop just uploading videos to YouTube and do a stream. So I am streaming. I streamed for a while on Twitch, and then my brain was like, I don't know what to do or how this works. So I stopped and just went to YouTube, but I was like, it can't be that hard. So, truth be told, it's not that hard. Alright, bring around the Rosie. Great, goodbye. That is sitting room done. Where next? Well, it doesn't have a cutscene attached to it, so what is it? Another Chapter 5 room. I have done a good check of Chapter 5 and I'm not even an hour in. This. That's interesting, because when I first made the YouTube channel, it was just like, you know, I'll just have it for, like this and the Twitch, I was like, I'll just have it for, you know, proof of runs and stuff like that. But then I was like, nobody really has stuff on this game, so like, I should probably do that. Yup. Yep, nothing. So, and I will say it's drawn a lot quicker than I thought. Because, you know, I've seen, like, obviously Astra and Ridley's and kind of their, you know, the views they get on theirs. I was like, I might not get to that. And then I did an Ember % video, and I'm about on par with that. I think last I checked, that was like 1.4K. And that was like April that I put that out. Yeah, for no reason, that's the one that blew up. Alright, time to do ballroom skip. Like 30 minutes early. 30 minutes late, sorry. Not early, late. I'm late to this party. Uh-oh, we're gonna run straight through because I throw caution to the wind, don't care, and I'm waiting that out. I said throw caution to the wind, and I'm like, nope, that's the wrong animation. I'm gonna get... Yep, I gotta wait that out. Any other animation I can make it through, that's just not that one. You will never make that. It's when the skeleton extends its arm over the gate. If that's because there's a small activation box on every enemy in the room. So if the arm extends out where you need to go out, you're gonna fail that 100% of the times. Everything else is pretty safe as long as you're either slow with it or kind of know how it works. But that's the one guaranteed fail. Oh, I stole Hunchy's friend. I don't care, dude. Just like I don't care about beating you up with my fist, I'm just gonna throw a cabinet at you. You're just kind of... I just kind of don't care about you, bro. Another noise somebody was paid to do. Whoever decided to do air humping for the mummies might be the greatest person. Because that might be the greatest animation in any game I've ever played. The mummy humping is so good. It's so good. Oh yeah, yep, the spin and turn, yep, seen that. He had this movement. Woo. I've saved half the prisoners in 50 minutes. Although that's indicative of literally nothing. bigger problem in this room. Nope. Goodbye. There we go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, take my candle. Goodbye. Take my giant stick and go away. Back to woodshed. I should have said keep the candle. I could just burn the woodshed down. There'd be no challenge and no room. I mean... yeah. No, he's not gonna play it. He's gonna watch. He's gonna watch it because he said he wants to watch the football. And Ember goes, ugh. And she's like, tie me back up to the chair. I'm like, what's wrong with football? Or soccer, depending on who you want to talk to in the world. I'm gonna be real with you. The only reason I watch soccer or football, depending on what you call it, is the World Cup, and even then, I can't watch half the matches. It's the hey, 52-33. I'm at the front gate, smashing world record. Except this room's only half of the front gate because a cutscene separates this room, which means as soon as I go talk to Ribs, I'm being thrown out of it. And thrown into the cellar instead. Oh. And not the... Yeah. My sports team is just had a rough go, so I'm having a rough go with it. Because I just got done watching that before I streamed it. It's football. Yeah, no, I just watched the Detroit-Pittsburgh game. I'm a Detroit guy. That one hurt. That one hurt. Yes. Because of an offensive pass interference, which had that not counted, turned into a lateral jumping into the end zone. That was straight chaos. So, yeah, a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. Because that hurts the playoff run pretty bad. Still not as bad as the Dallas game a couple years ago. That one hurt. Psych. Eat the TV. I'm going to use furniture to kill furniture. Furniture reception. Alright, come on. Have a good one. There we go. Alright, out. Great, cutscene. Straight into this with no warning. That will always throw me off, no matter what. Oh, right, I don't do that. Yep, the bottle got broken too. Yep. I'm gonna have to do a shred this partially. Yep, we're gonna have to do a strap for a minute. If the bottles didn't get broken, I would have been fine, but boom. There we go. Straight into a RNG room. Woo. Alright, simple enough. Moving on. Alright. Great. Good positioning. That was actually pretty clean. Alright. How many rooms am I at? I probably should have been picking up books to keep track of that, but oh well. It's neither here nor there. Let's get rid of some Medusas.
Okay.
Alright, done with the infirmary. Where are we going next? Back to Billiard 2. Nope. Oh, you're gonna mess with my health. Yeah, you've been doing that for like 55 minutes, bro. You good. 58, sorry. You've been messing with my health the whole time, so... And easy. Alright, where are we going? I've acquired a water gun. And now I have lost the water gun. Had a water gun, acquired it, lost it immediately. Cool. Ugh. Back to where we started initially, except in a different environment. Because we're grabbing dungweed instead of saving somebody. We already saved somebody.
Phew.
There'll be another 15 shipments, huh? Great. There's too much stuff already spawned. Great, and we're going back to the workshop. Yes, you make noises, Mr. Ribs. I haven't gotten to beat you up yet. Hopefully soon. Alright. Let's get that line up spot backwards. Unlucky. There we go. Grab the chicken. Check 2. Kill. There we go. Back here, spider. Let's throw. That kind of sucks. That's fine. Grab the last spider, get out of here. Move on to the next one. Alright. We've gone from a workshop back to the grand hallway. Just kind of need that. Go. And instead of going to the kitchen, we go to the study. RNG, and I get to skip it. It's already happened. I'm just trying to think if there's any like, difficult rooms left. I don't think so. I think most of the harder rooms, most of them have come early. Although I'm probably missing an obvious one. Because I know there's still 2 warlock fights to be had. This one's not too bad. Before I started speedrunning it, because I had no idea what the map was. I figured out the path, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. This way. Shoot, twice. So we cancel those animations. Go. And we're out. Into the room that we're supposed to go into. Okay. I was wondering if that was going to happen, and it did. So that was attic into the grand hallway out of the attic. That's a neat little RNG pull. I would say, can we get 3 rooms in a row, but we already dealt with the experiment chambers in the first place. Yeah, I had a feeling. I still gotta do crackpots and experiment chambers too. Hopefully those are right on top of each other. Kill the spider. Grab this. Finish with that. And final warlock, which is horrible RNG, but hey, doesn't matter. I got it. I didn't see that. What was that? You want to throw? There we go. It is warlock number 2 down. I have 1 left. Conveniently enough, it's the easiest one. Well, in terms of RNG, it's the most remaining one. But forgot to grab the bot, but hey, it's fine. We go anyway. Alright. Out of school, grab glowworms. And we found the scullery. Alright, time to beat up on Alright. Moving on. Right room. Sorry, that was first color in a second. My bad. Either way, this is the wrong kitchen after the second color. That one. Yes. First one. Nope. Alright. Match some text. Go to the next room. Kitchen into a dance floor. Nope. Too fast with it. That's okay. I'll still hit this, it's fine. A little too crowded in the fun area for me to do the rest of the games. now, we're in Chapter 2, despite the fact that that was in the latter third of Chapter 2. And we're going to the kitchen. But this is the part of the kitchen. Part of the kitchen before the cutscene, which means it's just going to end and we're going to go somewhere else. Alright, back in garbage yard. You're about to get kicked out, so go get evicted. Go through there, grab this. And then we start the real fun. Crap, but it's fine. Yep. Pull that one. Yep. Get out of here and go. Just beat on you just because. Right, moving on. Nothing else really to this room, so I know I still have dining has not showed up, Hunchback 1 has not showed up. I'm trying to think whatever major rooms have like major either difficult rooms or long rooms have yet to show up.
Oh, ooh, oh.
I'm still waiting for the second workshop. But let's find out. The first half of the cinema. Obviously, we already did the second half of it, so all we have to do is get to the cutscene part, and that's that.
Huh?
Cancel that. And then it's going to take us to the next room. Which is... here's the Hunchback fight. Grab this. Second one. Grab the barrel. And let's beat up a Hunchback. Yes, your fragile face. Oh, so fragile face. This. Yep. Nice. And the text didn't show up, which is interesting. Usually there's a text that says, get off my back, I think. Still haven't seen experiment chambers or crackpots either. So, still have some difficult rooms left. But a good chunk of them have showed up. Spawn the right rooms here. This is another room that gets cut in half.
Hello.
Go. Grab this. Sure thing. Get off me. Yeah, this is getting a little messy. It's fine. Yep. One of the imps going to come my way. Apparently not. Yep, and we're out. Great. Bit messy, but not too bad. There's the second workshop. This, I think, is the longest remaining room. Because I've already done Baron, I've already done Stables. So I think this is the longest remaining room, unless I'm forgetting something. Crackpots has got some decent length to it, but I think just based on timer alone, this one's longer. This one's like a minute and a half to the timer. Plus 30 seconds with the setup. And just because we're just gonna go. We're gonna do it. We'll do it. I don't care. No cans. I'm gonna break everything. We are just gonna run around the room for about a minute. I said no cans and I picked up a Mini Cooper. Oh. Wait, about 20 seconds. Alright, where are you at? Really close. Should be the last thing I'm gonna get hit with. No, there's, I think, still one more plant moving about that somebody probably has their hands on. Just waiting for it to show up. One of them hasn't picked it up, because I know there's two big plants in this room, and I'm waiting for the other one to get picked up. There it is. Yep, there you are. Okay. Just chill. Oop, you are coming from the other direction. Got it. Kill somebody. Great. Me. I am out of the room. Boom. And we are out. Great. Only a couple more Chapter 5 rooms left. We're getting close to the end. I know based just on time alone, we're about 120. Kind of given with how things have gone, this shouldn't take but another like probably 20 minutes, roughly. It's gonna be a relatively short stream. Holidays are really going up, but I just wanted to get this taken. I still have a half a front gate to go as well. Yep, here it is. I was wondering when this was going to show up. Make the movement, and it's going to fail. That's fine. And that was one of the cleanest, other than the initial getting hit. That was actually really clean. And we have another instance of back-to-back rooms in order like they're supposed to be. Except we've already done the first half of this room, so I'm just going to go up to the door and leave. Alright. That's that. So an interesting thing with this that I've actually just noticed is when you proc, or when you pull the grand hallway that starts the timer only continues running if you run into a subsequent Chapter 5 room after you've activated the first one. Which is actually really interesting. Okay, moving on. Greenhouse. Excuse me. Yeah, frankly. Get off me. Well, head over to the chick. Alright, we've already done potting rooms, so that will not show up again. Here's the kitchen before laundry. Right. And then we're into a cutscene. There's the other half of Crivens. Another quick walkthrough. It's interesting that it cuts certain rooms in half just based on the cutscene before and after. Under the cabin, boy. I've prolonged your end a little bit, about probably an hour longer than you were supposed to, you know, be here. But there you go, you got an extra hour. Not that it meant anything, you were still 2 days from retirement. Because I don't care. We pulled the same room twice. Yep. Given the remaining pull, that makes sense. So we've gone from over here to the Ghoulies again. So we're heading towards what would be the workshop. But instead of the workshop, we are now going somewhere else. Back into the sitting room. Alright, limited attacks. I do not care. Breaking something isn't an attack. And here's the final warlock. So we've already had the other two instances show up. Also, this is where you can hardlock the game. And an instant warlock is kind of nice. 50-50. Keep showing up where I want, where I need. It's gonna take a second. Okay, I've got a 33% chance of them showing up where I need them to. Did I get the 33% chance? I did. There you go. Nice. That's about as good as that room gets. And there's the end of one of the last one. What was, I think, the last one. Another glorified walkthrough.
Doodly-doo.
And I managed to make it out of chapter 5 in 1 minute. Back to the scullery. Whoops, I need the pot. Alright, get in the corner. Get into the corner. Nope. There we go. Bit of a desync, but not too bad, because I was able to get it corrected. That's obviously cool. Cool special. Alright. And moving on. No, we had one more grand hallway. Okay. I thought that was the last one, but it was not. I forgot about this one. Got that spot. Nice.
Piece of that.
Okay. Right. Glitch time. Hopefully. Woof. Alright. Let's see if I can execute the glitch correctly. I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna execute it. But we're gonna run with it. We got it. There we go. Reaper has spawned Dizzy. What the next one? The next one would have been the key. Yep. Or yeah, the next one would have been the key. So I was right to kill the mummy there because I was not going to get away with it otherwise. Okay, goodbye. Door pops out, Cooper goes through. And here's the final warlock. So we're starting to get the pieces back together here. That's not faster energy. This would be ideal. Nope. Nope. Okay, be that way. Sure. Throw that. Then grab this. Alright, where are you going? Down there. Swing that. Like this. Pick this up. Good angle. There we go. Alright. we are now in Crackpot's lab. Yep. This should be the final difficulty remaining, unless I'm missing something. But I don't think I am. Thank you. Grab this. Grab that. Grab that. I know some people prefer not to grab it, but I am not one of those people. Where are we going? Nice. I'm just gonna go straight for the invis. I don't need the second turbo. I'll be fine. Alright. Out of the room. There's the dining room. I completely forgot this hasn't showed up yet. Okay. Yeah. That took a little bit of time off, which wasn't. Let's go. I did not. One more to go. Not bad. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright. I haven't got to either freezer. Which means there's a high likelihood I get them back to back. Completely forgot about the sunrooms. Alright. And from the freezer, are we going back to the freezer? We are not. We're going to, I think, the final room in Chapter 5. No, I only have 8 prisoners rescued, so there's still at least 2 rooms in Chapter 5. Question is which ones? Haven't done this either. Okay. I think there's a little more of this left than I think there is. But, nothing wrong with that. Don't kill me, please. Do that to one of the ghoulies, that's fine, just not me. There we go. Alright, clear this out. You are a little too close for comfort. It's fine, because I'm only going to deal with you for another 5 seconds. 2, 1, take half a second, 20, and we're good. And then we'll go from there. Almost done. At least I think I am. Don't really have a way to keep track of rooms at the moment. Next time I do this, I might grab the books, that way I kind of have an idea where I'm at. But kind of like the surprise of not exactly knowing where I'm going. Also curious if the last half of front gate is going to force itself to be the final room. Right! I haven't beat up Mr. Ribs either. I gotta beat up Mr. Ribs. Come here. Good buddy. You have my egg. You need to give it back. You need to give it back. If you want to run away, well, run away. Because you're not gonna go anywhere with it. Unfortunately, you're just stuck right there. Alright. There's that one. From that we go. Okay. Yep, I forgot this one. So there should be one more room in chapter 5 for this. And I think it's just the second half of the front gate. So that's 9. That's awful. But it's fine. Come on. Oh, Mr. Ribs, okay. What you got for me? There's the other freezer. I need my turbo. I need you to just back off for a minute. I will deal with you momentarily. Alright. Everyone spawned on the other side of the room. Wonderful. Leave. There we go. Not too bad. Everyone spawning kind of the opposite side of the room wasn't great, but hey, it's fine. We are out of the room. And heading into something with a cutscene. And there's the front gate. So the question is, how is this going to work? If this is considered the last room of the game, or if there's one more after it. Last room. Okay. And that's that. 141.59.
Ooh, yeah.
Took an hour. $460.
Yeah.
I think I died more than what, twice? Oh, just the once.
Ooh, yes.
Not. Oh, right. It's gonna say 9 because the 10th one is in the cutscene that is not played. So, which makes it physically impossible to actually do a 100% official 100% run on something like this. But this was a lot of fun. I know we're working on getting some other things figured out. If you have any interest in wanting to play this, wanting to go behind the scenes with this, definitely reach out to me. I have Twitch, YouTube. The main thing is we're on the Discord, and that's where I've done a lot of my streaming the last couple of months. And I guess that an opportunity to kind of grow and get people community around that. So, but I'm probably going to start doing Twitch streams, especially a lot more. Not so much right now, because obviously with this holidays and everything going on. So, but I think once kind of New Year starts and calms down, I will probably start streaming a little bit more. We do maybe 1 or 2 streams a week. Probably more than likely one, just kind of give it where I'm at, schedule-wise, work and everything. But this was a lot of fun, and if you guys have any ideas or things that you want to see me do, definitely let me know. Reach out. And yeah, I know if you're looking for my Discord, it is on my YouTube channel. There is a post that has that information. If you want to reach out to me, I can get you into the server, get you kind of this behind the scenes, a little more active and stuff like this. If this is a game that you kind of want to know a little more about, kind of be around a little more, kind of see some of the stuff we're working on. But that's going to be it for me tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy yourself, whether you watch the live or watch the pod. I do appreciate anybody who's giving attention. It's kind of one of the more underrated games out there. So I'm able to make content, even if it's for one person or all 100 people. That doesn't matter. Knowing to make content for a game that doesn't lose a lot of attention. That brings a little bit of a unique perspective to kind of the channel. So, but if you guys want to know more live, and you don't have to do that, follow it. This way, grab the usual YouTube. I do try to have daily uploads. Whether that's a speedrun attempt VOD or a challenge run like this, but in parts, I try to have something coming out every day. But like I said, that's gonna be it for me. My name is Kaiser. I'm one of the prolific speedrunners in this game. In case you do not know who I am, I do have every world record currently listed on speedrun.com. So, just a little introduction there, because I know some of the Twitch audience would be a little bit new to me. But other than that, that's all I have for tonight. So you guys have yourself a wonderful night, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. And as well this time of year, if you celebrate any kind of holiday, I do want you to do that. Spend time with people that you wish to be around. But other than that, you guys have yourself a wonderful holidays, and I will see you guys next time.